Hey, what's going on? It's time for another episode of the Real Table Podcast. This is episode 8, and this is my second take recording this one, but it's like 8 hours later after my previous attempt. I recorded one earlier. It was pretty good, and my phone messed up, and it couldn't process the file. It couldn't save it, so there was 36 minutes of my life I'll never get back. Yeah. But anyways, I'm back. I'm not going to miss my deadline. So far, I've hit every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm not going to miss it starting today. Or tonight, I guess. So anyways, how you doing? How you doing? How's it going? I had to check in. I've been really, ever since I started doing this, I have something to look forward to in the middle of the week. And in the middle of the weekend. But I don't know. I think I even said this before. I think Monday is probably the best time for a podcast because it's the beginning of the week and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, you turn on a fucking podcast or sports talk on the way to work or whatever. So I don't know. But anyways, where am I at? I am currently on my way to Zia Records. That's right, folks. We're coming almost live at a record store. Not in it, we'll be in the parking lot. But still, we'll be on location. We'll be there in about 5 minutes or so. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Alex around 11. So I'm just kind of killing some time. I would have recorded earlier. Actually, I wanted to record and then go to the batting cages, but that didn't happen because I was busy watching the Carolina Hurricanes knock out the Washington Capitals. Sorry, the defending Stanley Cup champions, Washington Capitals. Oh, it was great. Game 7. It went into double overtime. And fucking, was it Justin Williams? No, I think he had an assist. But, yeah, it was great. They knocked out the defending champions. At home, too. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's rough. But wanted Carolina to win, and they did it. So here we go. Second round starts tomorrow. Not with Carolina, of course, but, you know. Second round starts. First round is over. To quote Hawk Harrelson. I'd be amazed out there if anyone knew who Hawk Harrelson was. Okay, I'll just tell you. He was a White Sox announcer for about 100 years. But anyways, and you know what bums me out was today I recorded a pretty good podcast because I talked about the canoeing / kayaking trip over the weekend, and I talked about that amazing San Jose Vegas game last night. That the Sharks won in overtime. But dude, I talked about that game in like over 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm hitting this. I did that earlier. I didn't learn my lesson, so I'm not going to do that. I talked about the San Jose game for like 10 minutes straight. And I don't think I can do that again. Not because I don't want to, I do, but it's still kind of weird doing a podcast talking to myself in detail about a sports game that no one's gonna like really what? Tell me about it, Stone. What happened? You know, no one's out there, you know, doing that. But anyways, here's a very brief scenario. Vegas was up 3-0 with 10 minutes left. Jeez, in the game. Major penalty. That was kind of not a major penalty. The guy got cross-checked and he fell and he hit his head and started bleeding. But, I mean, come on, dude. We watched the replay. I don't think it should have been. Jeez, I can't talk. Why is it every time I record, my voice just, like, disappears? I've been hanging out with Alex, like, the last 3 nights, and I'm fine. But the second I start recording and my voice is... You know, it's... Jeez. I almost sound like Jimmy on South Park. Where he, like, stutters and he's like... That's what I sound like. Anyways, I get some water. Vegas was up 3-0 with 10 minutes left in the third period. San Jose got a 5-minute power play. Holy shit, is that a Ferris wheel? Oh, I guess they're having a little carnival in the parking lot. So they had a 5-minute power play, which means, for all you non-hockey fans out there, that means San Jose got an odd man advantage. They had 5 guys, Vegas had 4. And yeah, you can guess what happened. San Jose scored 4 goals in 5 minutes. It is unbelievable. Now, San Jose had been trailing the whole game, and now they're up. So now they got to defend the lead. But Vegas came back to tie it with less than a minute left in the game. The period ended. They went into overtime, and some dude, I forgot his name, Goodrum or Goodrow or something like that. Some guy who had like 6 minutes on the ice the whole game comes in and scores, knocking Vegas out. I mean, it was historical, dude. It was a historical collapse. But yeah, I was pretty disappointed. Granted, I will say this, I did like, San Jose rallying around their fallen teammate and playing and winning for him. That was cool. Unfortunately, it was a team I did not want to win. But still, the Sharks had never won the Stanley Cup. I don't care. I don't want them to win. Unless they played, Boston or another team I don't like, then sure, okay? Or if they played LA. Ow, that hurt. I don't get it, man. Can you imagine if the Coyotes made the playoffs? Look, I don't think the Coyotes would have made it that far. Maybe watching Colorado, the 8th seed, beat Calgary, now I'm starting to think maybe Arizona did have a chance. I don't know, 5 games, maybe 6 or 7. But even if they went to a full 7 games and lost, that's still cool. Hello, dude. Stay right there. I'm coming in. Coming in hot. Too hot for the hot tub. Alright, where am I gonna... I gotta park somewhere so people won't see that I'm just, talking to nobody. Which, I am talking to nobody, but, they don't need to see that. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody got time for that. Yes, I am parking right now. Holy shit, is my phone still charging? Nice. Alright, there we go. I like it. So we are now at Zia's. Actually, you know what? We're not even facing Zia's. I gotta turn around. We are at Zia's in the parking lot. Now I switched. What the fuck is that? Is that a broken cup glass? Can I not just park in peace? Alright, I guess we have to move one more spot over. This doesn't look weird at all. Okay. Alright, here we go. Now, Zia Record Exchange. Here we are. We're coming at you almost live. Boom. Here we go. I guess this is like the official start to the podcast. Do I say that word weird? Podcast? Podcast. I don't know. A friend of mine pointed out that I say a couple of words funny. So, I'm a little self-conscious about how I say some words. Some words I do know I say weird, like table. I emphasize the T. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, actually, I do kind of know why. Because when you grow up a sports fan, you listen to announcers. And announcers, especially a wide variety of announcers, have a different announcing style. They announce different, they enunciate different words. They just talk differently from one another. So I think that's where I think, at least, I don't know. That would be my best guess. But anyways, the first round's done, and I went over the San Jose game in not a lot of detail. I mainly just talked about the third period and just what happened. But you got the gist of it. But Carolina, they were down 2-0 and 3-1, and came back and won in double overtime. There's nothing better. Nothing beats playoff hockey. Nothing beats Game 7 overtime in playoff hockey, especially double overtime. That's great. Which is funny because this year the Phoenix Suns in basketball went into triple overtime. I never even heard of that before. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm not a basketball fan, so I don't follow stuff like that. Man, dude, I can't believe there's a time when the Suns were good. I mean, good. They were like up there. They almost went to the finals, man. 2009, lost to the Lakers, of course. And then, of course, in 93, where they played the Bulls, Michael Jordan, But I don't even think Michael Jordan even really did much in that series. Supposedly, I don't know. I gotta read up on it. But anyways, so the canoe trip, the kayaking thing, because we did both. It's a lot of fun. It got off to a weird start because we put the boats in, everything was fine, and then me and my uncle were in a boat together. We get in, and I was in the front. There was a hole in the boat. There's a hole in the middle of the boat. So my uncle's like, back up. So we have to like backpedal, and go back to the shoreline. And what do? Everybody else is already, and also for some reason my grandfather just took off. He was like already down the river, and we're like, where are you going? It's a team effort. And everyone was just sitting there floating, and my uncle's like, just go. So they went, and I was actually thinking to myself, I really think me and my uncle are not going to go on this trip. What are we going to do? You have a hole in the canoe, but what are you going to fix it with? We have nothing. And even if we do fix it, which we could, by the time we fix it, they would be like an hour ahead of us. So then what would you do in that fun scenario? So eventually, some people came by and they had a patch. So we put a patch on, but it's going to hit the rocks in the water. You need to put some duct tape on it. So we called my aunt. She brought back a lot of duct tape. Shit ton of duct tape. And we duct taped the living crap out of that thing. And we had to reapply duct tape 4 or 5 times, maybe 6. It would basically be you're going and it's like, all right, we got a leak, pull over. So we have to like pull over, and you jump out the boat, flip the canoe over, and tape it. We were like a NASCAR pit crew, while everyone else is just floating around like, come on, what's the big deal, man? What the fuck? Oh, I heard that beep noise. Hearing that beep reminds me of one of my old cars, but I'll get to that later. So we went, I don't know where we went exactly. Oh, Beasley Flats. That sounds familiar. We either started or ended in Beasley Flats. I don't remember. Either way, it was fun. I got in the water a lot, but I was fine because I came prepared. Every time I go, I always wear 2 pants, 2 shirts. That's just a given, all right? You have to not just assume, you have to know you're going to fall in. There's going to be some freak accident, whether it's your fault or not, you're going to get wet. Even if you don't get drenched up to your head, you're going to get your legs wet, or, stick your arm in or whatever. Someone's going to splash you. It's going to happen, right? So I was fine. There was a couple times I just floated down the river because I parked my canoe or my kayak, and I walked back up to watch everyone else go down this little mini waterfall, and I was like, I'm not going to walk back over. I got wet, heavy, soggy clothes and, a bunch of branches. I'll just get in the water and float back down. And I did. Everything was fine until I banged my shin on a rock underwater. That was no bueno. But nothing really... See, this is the problem. And it's so weird because I'm repeating myself from earlier today, but we were supposed to go last month. But apparently my uncle's like, I looked at the water, the rapids are way too big, they're way too intense for the kids, so we're going to go next month. And I thought, but the kids don't even really... Here's the thing, I don't understand. They want to go, and then they go out there, and then they're bored. And they bring their phones, and it's like, dude, the whole point is to get away from your phone. It's like, I can't play music, I can't connect to anything. Well, are you surprised? You're on a river. Floating down. I can barely get any service up there in somebody's house, let alone on the river. I mean, I think I mentioned this. I didn't bring my phone. I left it in the car. All right? I'm completely disconnecting man from the world. All right? I can't take pictures, but, my family will take pictures and post it. Or at least my uncle. Where was I going with all that? Oh, yeah. So, he said we're going to go in April. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to bring this up to him. We should have 2 trips. One in March when the rapids are bigger, faster, more intense for the adults, and then one for the kids in April, where it's mellow and it's easy. And this has happened the last few times. It's like, yeah, 'cause I remember the first time I went river rafting. It was so fun. It was one of the funnest things I've ever done. It was fun. It was intense. It was. I was like in an action movie. It was great. There were times I was floating down the river, just mad chilling, and then I would be high, like Indiana Jones, floating down there, hitting trees, getting flipped over. Now we're like standing above the water because there are rapids and everything. We have to like flip the canoe over and jump back in. Oh, it was great. I've been trying to recapture that feeling for like 10 years now. And it makes sense to me. I remember when I was younger, my mom went, and I was like, I want to go. And she's like, no, I'm going to go first, and then, next year you can go. And I'm like, what? Why? But I understood why she did it, because when you go with adults, it's a different ball game. You can talk, you can make jokes, you can, dirty, you can say bad words and everything. You don't have to watch what you say every single 2 seconds. When you're hitting rapids and are about to flip over, you don't have to go, oh, crap. Oh my gosh, we're going to flip and drown or whatever. You don't have to do that. When there are kids around, even when you're dying, you still have to censor yourself. Which, that sucks. That would absolutely suck. If I was about to get murked, and I know I was about to get murked, but I had to watch what I had to say because there were kids around me, that'd be a terrible way to go. I'd just be like, because I want to say the fuck word, but I can't because Billy's over in the corner. It's like, oh, fucking A, Billy, why do you have to be over there? Can't you just go around the corner and let me fucking die in peace? Just let me fucking... just let me fucking curse and die in peace, Billy. You fucking ass. I don't know. Just role-playing there for a second. I am going to talk to my uncle about that. I think I could convince him that. And even if it's like a money thing, it's like, hey, I'll throw in, I'll chip in, absolutely. Fuck, I'll pay for one of the trips. Just tell me how much it is and I'll start saving up, alright? This is how much I want to do this. Speaking of money, I gotta buy my tickets for the Diamondbacks-Yankees game next week. Yeah, the Yankees are coming to town for a 2-game series, Tuesday and Wednesday. I took both games off. I want to go to the Tuesday one because Wednesday's a day game and I have school. I mean, I could go to that game, but I would get there right as it started, and I don't really want to go to a game by myself, especially like during the day, because not only will the crowd not be that big, well, it should be pretty big. It's a New York Yankees. So I don't know, we'll see. But I want to go Tuesday night. So I asked the guy if he wanted to go. Now I just need to get the tickets. I don't think it's sold out yet. I hope not. It's a tradition of mine. Every time the Yankees come to town, I always got to go to one game and boo them. I just had to do it to them. I can remember all the way back to like 2011. Yeah, I think 2011 I went, or even before that. Yankees came and I was just yelling top of my lungs, Yankees suck. And every time, why is it every time I go to a game like a Dodger or Yankee game, why do I always find myself sitting in the opposing team's, crowd? I went to a Yankees game 3 years ago in right field, and that was the Yankee crowd. The Diamondback fans were in left field, and I'm like, really? And almost every time I go to see the Dodgers, I always sit with Dodger fans. But, see, in that defense, there are a shit ton of Dodger fans, so they're going to be kind of spread out. I feel like, because there are a lot of people in New York that live out here, during the winter. When summer comes, they get the fuck out of here and go back to, New York. So I feel like that New Yorkers band together thing, I feel like they actually do that. Even at, like, the most random places, like at a ball game or whatever. Why? I don't know why they do it. New Yorkers band together in a crisis cliche. That's from Cinema Sins. This is a happening parking lot for a Wednesday night, by the way. That is not a parking spot. Is that dude really going to park there? The madman I think he is. Jeez. But anyways, what is it? I was gonna take my exam today. That didn't happen. Oh my god, I shouldn't be laughing at that. I did take 2 quizzes, so I got something done. So I got 4 assignments done. I got 5 more, at least 5. Technically, I have 7, but 2 are extra credit, so I don't have to do it. I could do 2 of the extra credit assignments and make up for not doing 1, but I don't know. I'd rather just do all the assignments, and if I have time, then do extra credit. See, I went to class, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to whip this exam out. I'm going to get these quizzes done. Maybe get another one in. That way, I'll have 3 assignments left. And I'll have Thursday through Sunday to do it. Although I have to go to the school to do it because I can't do these programs. I can't do this homework at my house because I don't have the programs there. But I already talked about that. So anyways, I get out of class and I'm walking into the library. And I think I walk in. No, I walk outside and I'm heading towards it. And I'm like, where's my charger? Oh, I left my cable in the car. But then I started thinking, did I grab it? Did I leave it in the class? Where is it? So I thought I'll walk back to the car and, take a look and see if it's over there. And as I'm walking back, I'm like, you know what? I'm really hungry. And if I wait another hour, I'm going to be really hungry. And I probably shouldn't be doing homework, let alone an exam, on an empty stomach. So I probably should get something to eat. So sure enough, I walk back, cable's in the car, it's safe, and I'm like, let's just go get something to eat. That's how I talk to myself. I go, let's get something to eat, because I'm weird like that. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I am weird, but, that's kind of a given. For God's sakes, my podcast is called Real Table. The Real Table. Which, by the way, the word futon is my 3rd favorite word. I've been saying it a couple of days now, and it's moved up in the rankings. What can I say? The all-time list, it's number 3. So it goes futon, synthesizer, and table. Those are the top 3. Anyways, I start heading down to my favorite restaurant, get my favorite food, and anywhere. Ooh, Penguins fan. What the fuck? This guy's got a Penguins and a Blackhawks sticker. Dude, you gotta pick a team. Those are 2 different conferences. What the fuck? Why is that lady going to a barber? No, wait, no, she's not. It shows you. I don't have ADHD. What are you talking about? I only get distracted by everything I see in the parking lot. Anyways, I head out to Tokyo Express and I'm recording my podcast. Everything was going good. And then I get down there and it's getting hot. It's starting to get, it's Phoenix, so it's starting to heat up. This is like end of April and all of May is like when you preheat the oven, which doesn't really make much sense. To quote George Carlin, preheated is a meaningless fucking term. It's heated or unheated. So I'm driving down there and it's getting hot. I get down there, I sit in the parking lot for about 20 minutes. It's actually really quick getting down there. Had I known it was that quick, I probably never would have recorded. I thought it would have taken me at least 15, 20 minutes to get down there. It only took me like 11. Literally like 11 minutes because I was timing. I was recording and I looked at the timer and I'm like, what the fuck? So I get down there and I wrap it up. And you know what it was? My phone gave me that little box and said it's too hot to charge. So I said, okay. I unplugged it. And I just in my head, I was like, this isn't going to work. So I finished it up and I pressed end recording. And sure enough, it didn't even show up in my phone. It was almost like the file got erased. But it was still there. It's like you could see the ghost of its file, but you can't actually see the file itself. So basically, it was giving me the middle finger. All right, that's what it was doing. Which that's all technology does to me. It just gives me the big old fucking middle finger. It just whips out its dick, and I have to just take it. And there's nothing I can do about it. And even buy dinner first, I just got screwed. All right. So I was kind of like, really? What the fuck? So I went inside, and the food was great. The salad was great. I only got 8 California rolls, though. And I really thought about getting 8 more, but I wanted to end on a high note. I've always had this problem. I always get way too much food, and I eat half of it. And every single time, I always go, why don't I get less food? That way, if I want to get more, I can just get a little bit more and then be satisfied. Why do I get so much and spend a lot of money, and then I don't even eat, all of it? Sometimes I eat half of it. So, it's the little things. It's the little battles in life that really get you thinking. Oh, man, I gotta crack my back. Let me see if I can do it. A little bit. Oh, okay. Crack my back just a little bit. Oh, man. I need to start working out. I need to get healthier. I gotta take care of my body better. I mean, I'm fine. I actually think I take care of my body fairly well. I'm not running around. I'm lifting things properly. I'm not, I always try to stretch my legs and arms out, even if I'm just working down at the stadium and I'm just kind of standing around. I always try to keep limber and everything. But sometimes I get worried. I do get worried, man. You get older, there's some things that are going to happen, all right? You just get old, your body ages. You see it in sports all the time. These guys are good when they're young, then they get older and they just get injured. Like that Mickey Mantle disease. There's no disease. The Mickey Mantle disease, as I call it, is when somebody gets injured so much that, they just get injured so often. But when they played, they are great. They are so great. But they get injured so often. It's like, oh, man. Like, Mickey Mantle could have had way more home runs. He had 536. He could have had at least another 150, at least another 100. Also, there's that thing where Mickey Mantle could have he could have had a 700-foot home run, but the ball got stopped. It hit something in mid-flight, and they're saying had that pole not been there and kept going, it would have gone 700 feet. Which, think about that. And yeah, Mickey Mantle, New York Yankee legend. See, I hate the Yankees, but they got great ball players, okay? Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, what else? Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra is awesome. Not just for his ball playing, but just for his sayings. In fact, I quoted Yogi Berra the other day. Yeah, I quoted Yogi Berra when I went canoeing. I said to my cousin, she was being a little, complaining and everything. I mean, she's only 13. Which, again, I just bring up, why do you want to go if you're just going to say, it's too long, it's hot and miserable out here? Why are you even going to go in the first place? And she was just kind of being a little sissy, so I rode up next to her, and I said, hey, you can observe a lot just by watching. And she just looked at me, and I was like, all right, and I just kind of kept floating down. Whatever. He also said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. When you come to a fork in the road, pick it up. Oh, he said something. There's some deja vu quote. It's like deja vu yesterday, or something like that. I don't know. He's got a lot of good quotes. I really wish. In fact, I think he's kind of more famous for his sayings than his actual baseball career. Because he said some things that people use outside of baseball. Like, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. People say that outside of sports. What the fuck? This dude is speeding. That was a good Speed Racer impression right there. Kind of looked like he was gonna run into the back of my car for a second. Oh, that would have been great if I recorded the audio of me getting hit, but not the actual footage. It's like, hey, I got the audio of it, but I don't actually have the proof. You don't see it. You hear it, but you don't see it. It's like that guy that got attacked by that bear. The camera was recording. Oh, God, that thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a movie called Grizzly Man. Something like that. It was basically about this guy who loved bears. I mean, he just loved bears. 30 minutes halfway through, boys. he loved bears so much, he and his wife would camp out in the forest up, I think it was like in either Canada or Alaska. I'm sorry if I'm getting some of this wrong, forgive me here. I'm doing all this off the top of my head. But he would record himself living with these bears. Grizzly bears. I mean, these huge ass bears. He'd walk up to them and pet them and stand next to them, and he'd be friendly with them. The bears would be friendly with him. And people were like criticizing him, like, dude, leave the fuckers alone. They're gonna attack you one day. And sure enough, he was gonna leave. He was like gonna leave, or he was like one day from leaving, and he said there's this one bear out there that was being more hostile and it was actually more dangerous. I think he actually wanted to leave early. I don't really remember. So what happened was he had the camera, because he was filming himself, he had the camera lens on, and the bear came and attacked him, and they got the audio of it, and they killed his wife too. And you're reading about it, and because the helicopter came the next day and they were trying to find him, and they found like his severed head and his girlfriend's arm, and you're like, oh, what the fuck. Yeah, and thank God that footage or that audio has never been released. And in that movie, because that guy, I think his name was Timothy, had a sister, so she got the camera and got the audio. I don't know why she hasn't destroyed it. I don't know why she would even listen to it in the first place. If that were me, I would have just destroyed the thing. But she still has it, like in a vault somewhere. So the director, the Grizzly Man, it was a documentary. So the director, she let him listen to the audio, and he's got the headphones on, and of course that was probably the most silent anyone's ever been in a movie theater, trying to listen, but you can't hear anything. I'm guilty of it too. I watched it on my phone. I put it up to my ear, because that's just what everybody, that's the natural instinct. So you can see, his sister's like, just barely keeping it together, and the guy's just listening, and then he takes it off, and I forgot what he said, but he immediately, one of the first things he said was, "You need to destroy that." And she goes, "I know." And he goes like, "No, you need to like destroy this right now." And he also said something like, because in the audio you can hear him just scream and yell and tell his wife to get out of there. And I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, it's sad, but this guy loves bears and he gets killed by a bear. It was like Paul Walker, the Fast and Furious actor. He died in a car accident, going 120 in hit a pole, and the car, caught on fire. It's like, fuck. That Metallica lyric in Frantic by Metallica on the album Saint Anger. Jeez. There's a line in there that Kirk Hammett wrote, actually. Not James, but Kirk wrote it. The lyric is, "My lifestyle determines my death style." And you know what? That's kind of true. You think about it. If you live a fast-paced life, you're going to die a fast-paced death. Like, if you're bungee jumping and all this action-adventure, you're risking dying in one of those scenarios. If you live a quiet, boring life, you're probably going to go out in a quiet setting or whatever. But, there's car accidents that aren't your fault. There's plane crashes. There's all this other stuff that's out of your hand. You don't want to say it, but like terrorist attacks too. You just never know. You never truly fucking know. What the fuck are these kids doing? No, they look like they could be college kids. I don't fucking know. It's a Wednesday night. Why is this place so packed? And they're going to fit that many people in that car? Jeez, there's like 8 people in that tiny little car. Man. But, yeah, just think about that. Can you imagine getting attacked by like a bear or like some animal, and you're like feeling that? Those are the last seconds on Earth. Okay, this is getting really dark, so we're going to wrap it up here really quickly. So the moral of the story right here, is to just enjoy life, okay? I know people say like, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, I wish I was older. Well, guess what? It's going to happen. You're going to get older, and then you're going to go, oh, fuck, I wish I was younger, but you can't do that. You know, you only get older, which I think was what I was talking about before. I want to try to take care of my body better, so I want to try to work out again, because I don't want to, you know, I've joked about it before, I think even on here, definitely with, you know, my friends, but I kind of got a dad bod going. All right, you know, I'm not saying to be like proud or whatever, and I'm not saying to put myself down. It's like it's a thing, okay? Me having a dad bod is like saying I have brown hair. To me, it's not really like, I'm just stating a fact. It's not really a insult. Having a dad bod isn't really an insult. It kind of is, but how you word it, all right? I just need to start working out. Because I keep hearing rumors or tales that girls like guys with a dad bod, and I'm like, yeah, I'll see it when I believe it. And I've also heard that girls ask guys out. Again, I'll see it when I believe it. You know, I've heard tales about these women. I've yet to meet one. I've seen women go after guys, but I've never seen or heard of a girl asking a guy out. And I'm not talking about proposing or, you know, getting engaged. Yeah, I get that. But, like, if you're a girl, why is there that social rule that you can't ask the guy out? Why is that a thing? I don't get it. Can someone please explain that to me? Because I've actually seen some girls, they don't say this, but they act like they would rather die single and alone than just, you know, suck it up and ask a guy out. They are so high on their damn horse, they would do that instead of just asking him out. And you go, why? Fucking why? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. So I want to start working out, because I feel like if because someone explained it to me. Well, explain it, they just said it, and it made a lot of sense. But they were basically saying you need to be a happy person, because when you're happy, your happiness radiates and people can see that and sense it, and they want to naturally be around you. They want, you know, people, guys and chicks, want to be around you. And it's like, yeah, that's true. That's what you got to do. You hang out with fun people. You don't hang out with a depressing person. You know, unless it's like a good friend and they're going through a tough time, then you still hang out with them. You know, that's like the exception, though. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to become a happier person. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying like, oh, I'm depressed or whatever. But I'm trying to just compliment myself better than I have in the past. Because in the past, it's like, fuck me, I don't have anything going for me. It's like, yeah, okay, that's not entirely true. All right, nobody's perfect. Everyone's got shit they got to work on. Some minor problems. It's like, oh, he says this word funny, or oh, he laughs like this, or does whatever. He does this weird thing with his body, or she does this. Yeah, but then there's like social behaviors. That shit won't go away. That shit's staying for the rest of your life, pretty much. Depending on the problem, that won't go away, okay? You know, like somebody who has abandonment issues. That's like a long-term effect, you know. That's sticking around, unfortunately. So you just have to kind of... Why is this like a self-help podcast? This is really weird. This started off with sports, then it got on to this dark twist about the grizzly man. Now this is like a self-help thing. What the fuck is happening here? Maybe it's because I'm listening to Tool lately. I've been trying to get back into... I have been getting back into the Tool thing. Because there's supposed to be a new Tool album. And Maynard said mid-April to mid-July. Well, it's past mid-April, but I'm not, saying anything yet. But, you keep hearing rumors like, oh, it's done. Or it's almost done. It's being mastered. We're doing the artwork. Artwork's done. What the fuck are we waiting for? Why? Tool has been teasing us with like this album more than like some whores out there that just tease guys. just tease them along, and just suck every single penny out of guys. That's what Tool's been doing. The band Tool has been no different than a fucking slut. Because think about it. Tool, they tease us with a new album. They go out and play shows. They say, oh yeah, we're writing it. It's coming along. But we're not getting anything. We're not getting any. Are you picking up the common theme here? These women go out and they fucking, like, see a guy and they go up and give him attention. Guy asks them out. They say yes. And then they're, like, kind of in between and their boyfriend, girlfriend. And she's, like, trying to get him to do all this shit. And, like, all he wants is, like, not attention, but he just wants affection. And look, yeah, sometimes he wants to get some. You're a couple. It's normal to have sex. Why is it such a weird thing to say? Or admit or think about, alright? It's kind of sad nowadays when you hear about couples that are, like, in relationships, but they're not, they don't do it, you know? It's weird to hear, unfortunately. It's sad because it's like, yeah, I have a lot of respect for that. I have more respect for couples that wait a while before they do it than couples that do it before they even, like, get to the second week of them being together. No judgment, alright? Look, no judgment at all. If you have sex outside a relationship, before a relationship, or you have sex with someone and then you get in a relationship, no judgment here, alright? Nobody's perfect. I'm just saying, okay? I've had my things in the past, alright? Everyone has. Everybody's different. I will say this, a relationship, way better. Like, 98% better, okay? Just saying, just putting that out there. But I feel like that's kind of like a given. I think people know that too. Because sex with no strings attached, on the surface, it's fun and everything, but it always gets complicated. There's never been Friends with Benefits that didn't get a little weird or awkward or dramatic, you know, at the end. Even ones that end on a mutual agreement, it's still uncomfortable, still weird, you know. That's just a given, you know. So what are we at? 42. I cleared some space on my phone, and hopefully I can be able to go a little longer, but I need to upload some more footage or videos to YouTube so I can delete them off of my phone so I can get some more space. And then maybe I can go to an 1.5-hour podcast. Ooh, won't that be the day? I don't know. Anyways, Alex told me that episode 30 of Corn and Cock will be up soon or soonish. And I really hope so, because that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite podcast. Oh man, I just cracked my hip. Or like my thigh, excuse me. I wonder if the camera picked that out, because that bone was like right under, because I have my phone on my lap, or on my right thigh, and that's where, I don't fucking know. Anyways, he told me it's gonna be done soon or soonish, and I'm looking forward to it, because that is easily, it's the funniest one. Episode 30 of Corn and Cock is the funniest one. Is it the best one? It's up there. It's easily in the top 3. But this is the funniest one, alright? And we've had some pretty good ones, okay? There's only one that I was kind of like, not really, you know, into wholeheartedly. But even the one, you know, that one, it was still, you know, enjoyable, still fun. There's some memorable lines in it. That's why I like podcasts and doing stuff like this. Because memorable lines, you just come up with funny shit. Like on my last one, last Saturday, like the fucking Jersey Devil uploading a video to YouTube. That still makes me laugh. And I just came up with it on the spot, you know? That's why I like listening to videos or Let's Plays on YouTube, because they say it's not what they're doing, it's what they're talking about while they're doing it. Oh, that was a terrible Palpatine. Excuse me. I gotta do that one again. Do it while they're doing it. Okay, that was better. Jeez, I didn't even recognize my own voice right there. That was a little weird. So anyways, I'll probably stop in like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 more minutes. I want to upload this thing. If I try to upload this, I swear to God, if I upload this and it doesn't work, and I have to do like a 15-minute podcast, I'm going to be mega pissed. Like, mega. I'm not going to be mad chilling. I'm going to be mega pissed. But anyways, I got to work out. I said that like 5 times in this thing. And every time I say it, I always get sidetracked. No, I just, I have to get in a little better shape. Because I'm trying to find ways that will just give me more natural confidence in myself. Because this whole, like, self-help, like, telling myself things, it's not really working out too well. Sometimes it works, but most of the time, yeah, not really. There was a time that I committed to working out, and I did it. I would do it like, once a day. Not too bad. It would be like I did it, then I'd take a day off. Then I did it again, I took a day off. Then I did it like 2 days, and I took a day off. I did that for about a month and a half. And look, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I noticed a change in, 40, 50 days. But I did notice I felt better as a person. I just walked around with swag. I felt better all around. And I could have been, I was on, because you know how like people say like in the first 90 days you see a change, money back guarantee or whatever. I felt like I was kind of on that path. I felt like if I had stayed to it, because I was upping it. After a week I would add this, and another week I would add this, and another week I would add this. I kept going up. I could have been a contender, But then I stopped. I was living up north and driving back down to Phoenix. I didn't have time to work out. And when I did have free time, I was just so done. Because I'd work Monday through Friday, drive down. All I'd want to do is just hang out with friends and just, play drums and sleep. My job was the workout. My job. What the fuck? What's fucking wrong with me, dude? So I gotta try to get back into it. And that was almost 2 years ago. Jeez, time flies by when you're not really having fun. What time goes by quicker, when you're having fun or when you're kind of having fun? I feel like when you're having fun. When you're having the time of your life, it just flies by in the blink of an eye. It's not fair. It really is when you think about it. But you know what? I just gotta... I'm telling you, like the first week... In fact, like a month or two back, I kind of slowly got back into working out, but it didn't last very long because I was taking a different approach. I ran on the treadmill, and I did like push-ups and then sit-ups, and that was it, which was fine, but, I should have added a few more things. I should have kept going, but I just stopped. I just got to find that thing that will either push me over and I go, fuck it, I'm doing this, or something that pisses me off so much that I'm just gonna go right in, because I do need to. I gotta change my fucking pool noodle arms. I gotta one up these things. Alright? But here's the other thing too, and I'm not saying this would happen, I'm not that full myself, but you gotta have a good balance, okay? You can't have too big of muscles. Your arms can't be huge and then your chest looks terrible and your legs look terrible. You have to have a good balance, okay? So I feel like, I don't know, see, when you play drums, you kind of work out, and when you play like Metallica or Dream Theater, Anthrax, you're working out your feet too. Slipknot, you're working out your feet and your legs and your thighs and everything, and your hands too. Which also worries me because drummers have so many health problems when they get older. All over the place. Their whole body. Mainly like their back and like their wrists. And their knees. And, sometimes like, like their legs or whatever. But it's knees, back, and wrist. Those are the biggest ones. What did I say? Back, knees, and wrist. Yeah. Those are like the big three. It sucks. That's why I'm trying to like watch what I do and try to like take care of myself. I'm not whipping my head around. I'm not like headbanging when I go to shows. I'm not like going all out like I used to, because I'm trying to like think of the long term here. That's another problem. People nowadays, they're thinking short term. They're thinking right now. I always think long term. You know, and hear me out when I say this, but people have always asked me, you know, a lot of girls have asked me this. They go, how are you not in a relationship? How do you not have a girlfriend? You're so nice, you're so blah, blah, blah. How do you not have one? And I go, I don't know. If I had known the answer to that, I would have one by now, because I would fix it. And guys have asked me, they're like, why don't you do this? Why don't you ask her out? Why don't you do this or whatever? And I think to myself, dude, I'm thinking long term, okay? I just met this person. I just did this or whatever. I don't want to just immediately play that card. I'm not good. I can't play that card. I've never been the guy that can just go like, all right, hey, you want to go out? And then I go, yes. That's never worked for me. My problem is I've tried everything. I've tried the ask him out immediately approach. That doesn't work many times. I've tried the get to know each other for an extended, long period of time, then ask him out. Doesn't work. Tried that many times. I've tried the middle in between, being friends, you know, being casual friends, and you bring it up, and they say no. So I don't know what to do. I wait too long. I wait too short. I wait in the middle, and nothing works. I gotta do something about this, man. See, before, when I was younger, like 4 or 5 years ago, I asked too quick. Immediately, I was just like, hey, you want to? I mean, just to ask out, you know, as for, you know, want to go out, want to, like, be in a relationship. Which also, I think a lot of girls were confused, because I said, hey, do you want to go out sometime? I wasn't asking, hey, do you want to be boyfriend, girlfriend, want to hold hands? Dating is, like, in my head, the determining factor of if I want to be with you. That's what dating is. But I feel like people nowadays have confused that with, if you ask somebody out, you're automatically official. And it's like, not really. You know? Just because you see a guy, just because you saw Bryce Harper talking to the San Diego Padres, or the White Sox, didn't mean he was going. He just talked to them. Okay? So that's what it is. So yeah, I gotta work on my game. I got no game. I have to work on that somehow. I don't know. Yeah, I've never had game. The only game that I've had is my long-term thing. I'm a generally, geez. And I'm not sitting here trying to suck my own dick or whatever, or suck my last name, but I'm just a generally nice guy, okay? And that's just a given, all right? There's no other way around it. I find myself trying to be like a jerky asshole kind of guy. I can't do it. I have my moments when I snap, or I'll just kind of send someone like a salty message or whatever, or if I'm short with somebody, but I can't do it on purpose. You know, guys are just like, you have to be a little mean. It's like, I can't do that. I can't do it. All right? I'm going to ask, how's your day? How you doing? Do you want to talk? Oh, your boyfriend doesn't want to listen to your problems? All right, I will. What's going on? That's always been me. And guys like that don't get too much at a young age. But when they get older, they become more valuable. Hence, my long-term plan, okay? That's what I'm thinking here. Could you turn your brightness up anymore, dude? Or dudette? Nice blue Jeep, though. Anyways, that's it. That's what I mean by long term. You know, I'm going to pull up a little bit. I'm going to go in 10 minutes anyways. So, like I said, when I say I'm thinking long term, I'm thinking about, yeah, right now, I could, you know, possibly, you know, like be with somebody, but it would just be short. Everything is so, let's go out and do something. It's like, can't we just sit here and just watch a movie or a TV show or go get something to eat and that's it? Why do we have to spend so much money and go all over the country and do all this shit? And people who claim, well, I don't want that. It's like, so really? You would be totally fine if we just went out and I didn't spend a lot of money? Really? Again, I'll believe it when I see it. Alright? This guy's got a lot of stickers on his car. It's a weird looking car. So I'll probably go for another like 5 minutes and call it. I'm telling you, an hour's not that bad. It really isn't. But I'm so glad that Carolina won. So glad. I mean, yeah, it's a bummer for, Alex Ovechkin, but you know what? Carolina hadn't been in the playoffs in 10 years. A decade-long drought. Coyotes only had 7. Well, 6 and then 7. What the fuck is going on there? They have some weird TV show going on. I don't know what that is. So, yeah, that's my long-term plan or solution, or whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use. And you know what? It's basically like a rebuild in sports. Teams lose 50 or they lose 100 games so they can get the first pick in the draft. So they can get young guys at a young age, sign them up for the long term, and then they'll become good. That's how the Cubs and Astros became these empires. Cubs fans, bandwagon fans, want to just be like, we waited so long and yeah, we won. It's like, yeah, but do you know how you won? It's because you lost. You got Chris Bryant because you lost. Teams who win the World Series don't get the first pick in the draft, all right? Teams who get the first pick in the draft lost the most games, or the second or third most, okay? That's how the Astros got Carlos Correa and Alex Bregman. Cubs, Chris Bryant, Javier Baez, Wilson Contreras, But people are just like, yeah, go Cubs. But you know where they came from. Sorry, I get a little worked up talking about, Cubs and stuff like that because fans just piss me off. Especially bandwagon fans. Teams that are good now that won't be good in 5-10 years. And they're going to be like, what happened? It's like, if you're a fan, you can see the rise and fall of an empire. Every empire, has to fall. To quote the Matrix, the third Matrix, everything that has a beginning has an end, Neo. Which I didn't know Neo was an anagram for the word one. I didn't know that until about a year or two ago. But I didn't pick up on that. Neo. I wonder, there has to be somebody out there who named their kid Neo because of that movie. The Matrix is a good movie. They should have just kept it the one, though. One, play on words. I mean, the second and third ones were good. The second one was alright. It was just boring in the beginning, then it picks up. Third one is like, what? Are you even going to attempt to explain half of this stuff or not? Okay. Because the third one did that thing where they told you something and you're like, hey, okay, that's kind of cool. And then they just never explain it. And you're like, dude, I'm kind of lost right here. Can you help me out a little bit? Can you hold my hand? Hold my hand and walk me through this, will you? Will you? Oh, man. I got to do 5 assignments because I didn't do that exam today. So I have to do it tomorrow. And tomorrow's like really my last day. Because Friday I work down at the stadium. I could go to the school, but I don't want to go to school, especially the library, during the day. Saturday I got to be at the stadium around 2. And then Sunday, I don't even think the library is open on Sunday. Or if it is, I can't because it's going to be during the day, so I'm screwed either way. Oh, man, the Cubs are coming to town. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Oh, that's great. Well, on Saturday, I'll let you know how that series is going. Cubs fans are going to piss me off. And it's a weekend, too. Oh, God. It's going to be a fucking Friday, Saturday night. The Cubs. I think all of last year, I think the Cubs was the worst series I worked. Their fans are just so obnoxious. And that says a lot because I've worked Dodger games, and Dodger fans are the worst. Well, and yeah, they're probably, of all 4 sports, they are easily up there. I mean, oh, God. Okay, but you know what? At least we get them out of the way in April. I'll give you that. Are those two people literally making out in front of the entrance? That's kind of a baller move, but like, dude, go in your fucking car. I guess I gotta go in the other entrance, even though the other one's like out of the way, so whatever. Why is that guy recording a podcast and watching people like making out? I'm not. I just looked over and they were just like going at it. What the fuck was I supposed to do? Oh fuck, I didn't. Why do I always keep forgetting to review a Metallica song? Anyways, Metallica, The Four Horsemen. It's the second song on their first album, Kill 'Em All. It's a good song. I've played it before. I was going to record it last year, but I did No Remorse instead. It's a good song. They never play the full version of it. They only play like 5 minutes instead of the 7 minutes. I don't know why. But, yeah. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that's the podcast. I think that's a good wrap up. What the fuck are these? Of course, the couple that was making out have to walk like a car length from my car. Now they're just standing there. What the fuck? Really? So not only do I get, cock blocked in a sense, but now they come over and just stand right next to my car practically. Jeez, just go home and fuck already. You don't have to like rub it in my face. Motherfucker. Okay, I thought they were doing it again. Just go home and do it. Do it. I have to dedicate a whole podcast just ripping on Star Wars Episode 3. Because I could point out so many flaws with that thing. Actually, you know what? I should do an entire podcast just on Star Wars. But anyways, that's the fucking podcast. And I was able to charge my phone. Right on. I only charged it like 11%. But hey, you know what? I'll take that. Anyways, from the Zia Record Exchange, this has been the Real Table Podcast. And I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.